this happens every time. There's a countdown and everything, and I still tune it out for whatever we're talking about. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to the Wayward 7. I am your forever DM, Will, as always. And we are back with another exciting episode. Episode
16.
16! I knew it.
Oh, you gonna say 13?
You know, it's been a long day. My dog is deaf. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
My dog is blind. Let's go.
Sheer pain. No, that being said, so I think, firstly, we have some lovely guest stars joining us once again. And, yeah, why don't I go ahead and hand it over to Ethan. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, okay. So we still don't have Darby. She'll be back whenever she can.
When she can.
But once again, for now, you've still got me. And actually, because of that, I forgot to do an accent, which is for the best, because Irish accents.
God, don't do it.
I struggle with Irish accents, I'll be honest. So that's for the best.
Irish?
A lot
Never
of us
mind.
here
It's a
are.
small percentage.
A lot of us here are.
That was...
But yeah, it's St. Patty's Day coming up, so you know, I'm feeling lucky. And it would just be so lucky if we got like 50 subscribers right now. Whoa! Okay, it was worth a shot. But yes, please do. If you can hear me talk right now, subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so that you can hear whenever we go live on our normal times and get notifications of anything else we do. And speaking of other things that we do.
Oh, me!
Well,
I realized it came referring to me!
It's
Anyway,
you.
it's
the
me.
next segue.
Hi.
That was a good thank you for the segue.
Thank you for the segue. Oh god, don't hurt the child.
I did not.
Anyway.
I would
Soft
never.
boy.
Shoot for the 3.
I don't have as much luck as Ethan does with doing these spiels. So I'm gonna try my best. Please go to Instagram and follow us on that and TikTok. We post updates. We'll post fun behind the scenes videos.
What's the @ What's the username?
At the Wayward 7.
Let's go.
Like everything else we got. Same for everything. We make it easy for you. So do it.
Now.
So go do it.
Yeah, do that. Wait, do that again, Evan.
Do it.
Okay, thank you, Evan.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm really happy to be here.
Hey, thank you for coming back. So I think if everybody's good, is everybody need to say?
I am so good.
Okay.
You're chill.
Cool, you're chill.
Chilling for the last 3 days.
We're
30.
Irish, so I mean.
3 days. It's probably getting closer to the 4th.
We're just
now,
all
but
wearing
anyway,
green every single episode from now on.
Somebody kiss me. I'm Irish.
No. Anyway, if everybody's good, I'm so glad I'm the only one on camera right now. Let's get into tonight's game.
You have a
bad
drink named
so
Chris?
What?
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Wayward 7. We're back again. This is the second time saying that, but that's okay. Anyway, so.
Reel it in.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at there's I'm looking at it, little man.
You're looking at me? I can't tell.
How does he do that?
There's a troublemaker right next to me.
Last time we left off, the party found their trophy. The one that they are to give to their sponsor in order to secure a spot and points within the Champion's Pursuit. Along the way, they reconvened, whether intentionally or accidentally, with the other partial members of the group known as Half-Squat. Yeah, everybody can hold that one in. So, now with all 3 squatters with 3, well, technically 4 of the Fourunners, they have rummaged through the rubble, grabbed some of the ember coals that they were required and paid to come down here to do, and they began to make their way back towards the exit, back towards the center of the mines to make their way to the elevator, and hopefully back to Pluter Hole. Sorry, Joe. That being said, along the way, though, something went awry. An advisor, unknown to them, had discovered their trespassing or trespassings of something in these specific ruins that were hidden behind a shack wall. However, taking the initiative, they both, or the group of them, opted to hide and run, as Icarus did recognize the names of the Praetorian Guard, the elite fighters, insurgents, spy masters of Cilicia. So, now pursued, they hid their way, finding and rummaging through several chambers, being found at one point, possibly alerting the guards with a very large fireball. Pretty loud. They came across the room known as the Inaltis. Though it seems to be damaged, did provide some brief magical enhancements to both Darrow and Darrell. From there, they made their way to the library, discovering several interesting things. Icarus found an amulet that
No, I didn't.
opted to hide for reasons, and the other amulet was grabbed by our one and only Wiggum the Fun-Sized, who instantly put it in the bag and did not give it time. Did not observe it, simply bloop. That being said, the rest of you though, Darrow, and Nastani, discovered a map and some interesting documents, historical journal perhaps. But thunderous cracks were heard from downstairs. The wall Darrell had created seems to have been broken. And so they opted to escape through the rubble-ridden hallway.
Slim pickings.
And they will try, as that's where we pick up now.
Music is like so calm for the situation that we're in.
If
Situation
anybody
at hand.
has
We're being
music
followed.
suggestions of stuff that I can legally use, let me know in the description. It's a lot to look up a playlist that lasts for 30 minutes. So, as the group of you is digging, Darrell shoveling the gravel behind you, slowly barricading and blocking the door bit by bit. It's a large door. What are you guys doing?
I eat the rocks.
I think we should have a system.
You eat a rock?
No, I'm not eating the rocks.
Okay. If you say it, it's going to happen.
No,
Okay.
I'm going to help remove them.
Just with your hands?
I think we should have a system.
Okay.
So like,
what's
I
the
think we
system?
should have like 2 people moving rocks to the door, and then the rest still trying to rummage through.
Yeah. I'll try to rummage through.
I'll rummage.
Yeah, let's let the strongest people in.
Rummage.
Boom, shaka.
Okay.
I'll
So,
work on moving rocks to the door then.
so you guys are trying to do this as fast as possible. Are you worried about noise or
Can
Oh,
Brennan
they're in
cast
there.
silence again?
The people
Huh?
are below us.
You can cast silence, yeah. Just so you know, once you cast silence, if a spell requires verbal components, you cannot cast that anymore during the duration. So if there's anything you want to prioritize over that, let me know now.
That'll be fine.
Otherwise, we're gonna cast silence because I do think that's probably what she would do.
Yeah, I'm just continuing to dig, and then my unseen servant take the.
Right, already cast that. So, Rena drops silence. It covers this kind of portion of the hallway. And does your mold earth, or is it move earth or mold?
Or I think it is mold.
What's what does it say under requirements?
Mold earth, and it is.
Is there a V?
Is it an S?
Just an S? Okay, so you can actually keep doing this.
Yep.
So you continue to shovel the gravel and the kind of smaller rocks against the door. As the rest of you, those of you digging, I need you guys to make strength checks. There are 3 of you doing this, right?
Shoot, my bad. I dropped that.
7.
7. Okay.
12.
12.
Should I roll one for Rena?
Yes.
I think I was helping move them back towards the door.
That's what Icarus was doing.
So I guess-
I mean both. I mean, because we said
So
two
you guys are
people would
helping
do that.
lock the door.
Okay, yes.
The
it's
2 of you?
Yeah.
I would say the 2 of you make sleight of hand checks.
Well, Rena got an unnatural 20,
Nice. Okay, that's good.
and then
4.
4. Okay.
Not
sleight of hand 21.
21. Okay, so
I did my
Justani, as you help kind of move the larger crag stones towards the door, those of you digging are kind of making your way. It's a slow process. However, Rena's kind of picking up the larger boulders and setting them behind, completely soundless due to the things of silence, which lasts how long?
What?
Thank you for rolling initiative, Chris.
No, that was an accident. Sorry.
Chris stabs.
I stabbed the rock and it moves for me.
I stabbed my friend.
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. So, I would say for this effort, for this push, you guys are silenced. However, you make it, I would say, with the 3 of you helping, but a lackluster help, unfortunately. You get maybe another 10 feet down the hallway.
Did I tell you what I got?
What'd you
I got a 6.
Yeah, lackluster.
Lackluster help.
Yeah. And I would say those of you who are on the other end of everything notice that silence bubble pops. Are you guys continuing?
I think we should stop.
Do we hear anything close to the door?
Make a perception check. You got, I would say with the rubble.
I would be there too, right? So can
Yeah.
I listen in?
Sure, both of you can.
Natural 20.
Wow. What's the total?
Plus 4. 24.
Natural 20 plus 4.
Oh! We're really good at
We are
listening.
listening
We
so hard
cannot
right now.
lift things, but we can listen really good.
They're so good at listening.
Nice. Okay, so you guys, though you have covered most of the door with kind of small gravel and some of the larger stones, and kind of place them in a way that you think would be advantageous to bracing the door, you do still kind of hear the faint whispers on the other side in the echoous, cacophonous Grand Library. What do you mean you lost them? I don't know, sir. There's 2 of our men are charred downstairs. I'm detecting traces of evocation recently. They seem to have figured out that the Inaltus had some power left in it, but I doubt that they discovered what. Well, then I suggest we spread out and once again clear these ruins until you find my intruders. Bring me their heads, or there will be severe consequences. Are we clear, Praetorian? Yes. Yes, Head Advisor. Good. Now that that is cleared up, go check the other sides of the exit. I want a full sweep of the cavern as well. They could have escaped through there. After all, we only had an hour response time. due to a lackluster effort on your part.
They're lackluster too.
Nice.
It took them an hour or two to get there. Kia, I want you to search. Give me a scan of the full area. See if you cannot pull one of your tricks. The doors are still closed, but I want you to cut off the other side immediately. You. Yes, head advisor.
I'm still really shook on this. Do I know Kia?
There is a hint of familiarity in the voice, but you're unsure as to the circumstance of why, I would say. But that being said,
I think
I'm gonna.
as this happens, you also hear, Kaz, Vintral, check the rubble room. See if they try to escape through the hallway. They might be hiding there yet.
Right, so there's Cause, Ventra, Head Advisor,
And you guys, those of
and
you
Kia.
who heard, now hear the footsteps getting closer and closer to the door you guys had just barricaded.
Well, they're split up now, so
Well-
that means they're smaller target.
Ambush.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking.
But can they even open the door?
Yeah, let's give
we'll
it like.
see. I'm gonna like kind of signal
wait,
to everyone.
does
To, like,
the door open towards the hallway, or
It-
does it open out into the library?
oh shit.
It opens into the hallway.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
have it
s-
written down.
It's open.
All
We're
the
just like
doors written
standing
down.
there on the half wall of rock. Oh hey, how are you?
Okay.
We got stuck here, if you would believe
You
it.
guys lackluster too?
You hear 1, 2, 3, and there's a massive and the top of the rubble crackles down, almost hitting the two of you, but luckily it's all the little rocks. Whoever they've got on the other side is a very strong person.
I would like to get on the front lines.
What are you guys doing anything?
Guys,
I'll
we
get in
have
like
to
a
fight.
defensive position
There's
up in the
nothing
front.
we can do
Us two will
except for
take
fight,
cover.
so let's
Yeah.
prepare.
We are-
Literally backed into a corner right now.
Yeah.
Me and Keegan will go up to the front.
You guys put a lot of rubble there, so it's
There's no way to tell how far the rubble still in the tunnel goes, is there?
Can I keep digging?
yeah. Are you digging quietly or just like kind of just screw it?
I think they
Well,
know
it seems
that
like
we're
they
in.
know by now.
Yeah.
Can I like? Can I dive through like the space of the rubble and like get them on their opposite side?
I'm gonna open up a channel with.
That didn't make sense then.
The ceiling is collapsed down.
The ceiling is collapsing.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
so I can't like get past them.
It would be a very tight squeeze if you'd like to try and climb over.
I have an acrobat.
You're a big man though.
You are a big
I'm
guy.
gonna open up a channel between
I
me and
plus seven
Icarus
at
with
the
my telepathy.
Uh-huh.
Icarus, Aris told me that I have one chance for her to get us out of a situation, but only for the entirety of Champions Pursuit. So do we use it now? It's an open channel. You
Oh.
telepathy. You can't hear me.
We're certainly in a very bad position. My only concern is that Bert did promise to track us down and end us if we didn't return his wagon.
But we might be ended by the advisory if.
I am certainly more afraid of the Praetorians than Bert. I think we need to go.
Do you think I need to use that card now?
I don't see any other way out of this.
Is the rubble, like them doing all this, loud enough for me to like cover up me talking into my crystal?
You can try and whisper if you want. You do have to speak for it to go through.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull out my purple crystal. I'm gonna kind of back way further from the door where they're moving the rubble to talk into the crystal and be like, Aris, I think we need to use it now.
I think, did you ever say if we can tell like how much rubble is left in the tunnel?
I would say it's just a wall of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a matter of 10 feet to anywhere. I mean, looking at the map, it's a 60-foot hallway. You guys got about 15 feet or 12 feet in. You moved a good, what did I say, 5 to 8 feet? 10 feet? So
it's not even halfway through.
not quite.
I think
Not
we should just
quite.
abandon it.
Yeah, I think just see far.
There's another at the door.
Aries, we're about to be
There's
killed.
a big one. You kind of notice as a large portion of the rubble collapses really well.
Can we see anything?
You see the door starts to, at the top of the rubble pile, the door cracks.
Guys, we've got this.
Am I seeing anything as I'm like, because I'm still
You're still
digging.
Yeah.
So am I seeing
Make a-
any
are you-
light
are you
yet, or any?
You
sort
have
of
been digging
opening?
this whole time. Are you doing this stealthily or?
No, I'm just going.
Okay. So just go and make a strength check for me.
What are you doing?
He's been digging the whole time.
Okay.
21.
Who's got this?
21. So Darrow, you've just been hauling rocks
You could fly me to the
left
top.
and right, just kind of pushing your way through. In these 10 minutes, you've made a couple feet yourself, which is a pretty huge feat for just a human man. Just a couple feet, though, I would say it's just getting relentless torrent of rubble and gravel, cragstone. That's just unending. If everybody else was helping, you might have made further progress, but you definitely made a bigger dent. That's for sure.
I feel like we should just find it.
So,
Yeah.
Nastani,
I think we all know.
what were you saying?
Do too
I'm-
much now.
Speaking of doing herself.
The wider
Aries, I think I might have to use that card. We're trapped in a corner and they're trying to track us down, and the head advisor said he was gonna kill us.
Make space.
Okay. I'm gonna move everyone out of the way.
Okay. As
Not a whole lot of that.
I was about to say.
you guys kind of spread out as wide as you can, and I'd say the guards on the other side. Hey, look! I think they're in here. They blocked the door. And then you hear the voice of the head advisor. Stand back.
Oh.
However, in that instant, as she was waiting, there is a massive burst of purple mist. As you see, for those of you who are unfamiliar, a kind of very pale, purplish-skinned figure, long kind of black hair, deep, kind of almost colorless, void of eyes, and this kind of large, kind of purple hat, hiding most of her figure in a long purple dress, with what appears to be these crystalline emblems on the shoulders. Two of you recognize her, that as the witch Ares. You've heard about her.
Heard stories.
In brief talking, and the rest of you have met her before. And as she comes out, you see she looks around. Where do you need to go? Right now.
Back to the gods? Or all the way up top?
Now.
Up top.
Up top.
She reaches out hands, grabs yours, Nastani, and grabs the nearest other person's.
Grab my hand, grab my hands!
Grab
Everybody grabs
grab
hands.
whatever hands I can.
And as she kind of pulls together, you watch as the light around you shreds and bends as your feet leave the ground and everything goes white for but a second. However, didn't have enough room to see you guys, so there will be no counterspells today. They were real close. That being said, as you take a second, catching your breath, finding it hard to once again breathe, you look around, and you just said outside, or
I said up top.
up top? Okay. You see a dark sky, stars, you see an almost full moon, and you see what appears to be large, kind of just flat stone.
Are we on top of the rock? On top of the city?
You appear to be somewhere up top.
Guys?
I'm gonna give Aries a giant hug.
Give her a big hug, and she kind
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
of course.
So what does the landscape look like?
It is just flat, open plains of stone. You see that there are deviations and kind of juts and kind of cliff sides and narrow kind of spikes, but for the most part, it is a wide open space. You see, at nighttime, not much out here. Birds, a few other flying entities, but for the most part, it is a calm, clear night. She seems to have taken you somewhere where there's not a lot of entities to view.
Guys, did
Just-
we?
I'd say, Nastani, as you hold your crystal, it crumples. One-time use. Have to go back home to get another one.
Okay.
Guys, did we leave all of our stuff that we got there? Like the horns and
No, those are in my bags.
Yeah, I grabbed the horn.
We did leave Bert's barrel,
the
And
wagons?
the cart?
We don't have the
the
wagon.
cart, the
And we
wheelbarrow.
don't have enough
That's okay.
of the coal, whatever. The
Ember coals.
ember coals, but whatever.
Do we have a way to contact Gregory without re-entering the city?
Well, I mean, we would still have to re-enter the city, wouldn't we? Because we have to go and show our trophy.
The elevator down is just a few miles that way. This is the surface of Pluto Hall. So, if you wish to descend again, you may. But, if you wish to leave the area entirely, there are numerous ways down the side, treacherous as they may be. I will be accompanying you, for better or worse, due to lack of spells.
I want to leave the city, but not only is Gregory waiting in the, what were his words, the most outstanding tavern or something of the sort.
Interesting.
Flashy.
Flashy.
Something.
Furthermore, both
My
Arvis and
favorites.
Urena are still in the stables in the city.
And we also have to at least return the Ember Coals and tell him that his wagon is still in the mines.
Yep.
That is the last of my priorities, but
Well, yes,
if we're
still.
returning to the city, it may be necessary.
Might as well.
Do you think any trouble will come of this, even though they didn't see us?
You have alerted the advisors to your whereabouts. They will find you. It's just a matter of time.
We'll be fine. We got it.
So did she see us?
Who?
The
advisor.
Lady
Kia.
Guardvia. The High Advisor was.
I don't
not
think
the
Guardvia
advisor,
was not there.
But the
Okay,
High
it was the
Advisor
High
was.
I would say you'd recognize Guardia's voice. She was not there.
Okay, it was
We
the
didn't
high
realize where we were. We
I
thought it was
would-
abandoned.
I would say the three of you would actually probably recognize the voice of the head advisor, or at least have a familiarity to it.
But did
Is
the
this the
head
same
advisor
advisor we
see
ran
us
into
too?
before?
You never got a clear look.
Which three?
Which three?
Which three of us would recognize?
Oh, core squad, all members of the Foreigners.
Foreigners.
Is it? Oh gosh, what's his name?
Do you?
Damon. Is it Damon? Do I recognize the voice as Damon?
I would have said possibly.
He's already arrested people.
But did they see us?
I'd say no, they didn't get the chance to see you.
So how would they know it was us?
Obviously, they were tracking us in some way.
Have their ways.
They will find something you forgot to take. A hair, a eyelash, a fragment of skin, and they will track you with it.
So we need to go meet Grigori as soon as possible and get out of Dodge.
Yes.
So there's nothing we can do about them tracking us.
I would say keep your heads down. I am not familiar with their ways.
Can we be walking towards the elevator as we do this? Do you know if there's any way that I could send a message long distance to someone I know?
I mean, there are many ways to do so.
Urgently.
Is it a short message?
I could make it brief.
If you have a picture or an item that belonged to that person, I could send something. It is a minor thing.
Do you reckon I would have a picture or anything of Nico's?
Would you?
If
Picture would be a strong word, as there is no photography.
Yeah, as a
drawing.
I mean, I've got my sketchbook I said I've been using. I would imagine I drew some pictures of my family.
Okay.
I
Tell you
think
what.
that's the kind of guy Icarus is.
Yeah. Tell you what. Make a performance check.
Okay. To see if my picture looks like Nico.
To see how closely. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 19.
19. That's pretty good.
Pretty good job.
Pretty good, dude.
You open up the book, kind of show her, and I can try.
Okay. How brief does this need to be?
25 words.
Okay. I'm gonna write this out beforehand so I can get it right.
Sure.
So I'm gonna.
So
Okay.
the rest
I'll
of
actually
you
write it.
So
walking back.
I grabbed this journal before I realized the circumstance we were in. Should I get rid of this? I was gonna hand it to her anyway.
She.
And I'm gonna show her my journal of everything I've written down, the ruins, everything.
Okay. So she takes it, flips it open. Okay. She takes a second. How did you find this place?
How did we find this place?
Yes.
Well, we were down in the mines and we were trying to find fire elementals so we could get ember coals. And
Ember coals.
ember coals, yes.
You wish to life for ember coals.
I'm getting there. So we hadn't found this place yet. We found a small opening that we had tried to get through, and Rena made it through and made it to the other side, but it got blocked off before the rest of us could get there. So we were trying to track her down, and somehow we found this shaft that was covering up the entrance, which we could hear noises coming from. So we assumed Rena was there. So we tore it down so we could run and save her. And so then, once we kind of realized that this was like a carved out entrance and not natural, we were trying to see what it was because we thought it was abandoned this whole time. And it wasn't until we were headed back that we heard the voices and we were trying to run away from possibly a treason that we hadn't committed, that we knew of.
Well, let's first start with this is a very old journal. She kind of is flipping through the pages and she kind of points out the date on the last entry, which is the year 681 A1. Quite old. Ages ago, one might say. You're trained in Elvish, I don't see why you cannot read it. But having an item, if this was something they perchance held dear, would honestly be worse in my hands.
Wow. Yes. So
Take
you,
a moment.
so do you think it would be better to just rid of it or keep it?
You could rid of it, but I have the feeling that something should not be dealt with so willy-nilly. So if you intend to destroy it, destroy it.
I just worry that if they're able to track any part of us, if they notice that we've taken any...
Oh, I'm sure they've already found something. No offense, but both of you have feathers, and those come off quite easily.
I got scales.
Indeed.
I didn't relate to nothing. I just wanted to say it.
So are we continuing to walk?
Wait.
Yes.
I'm guessing that we're talking and walking the same
Yes.
place.
Can I ask her if she knows anything about? Yeah.
Yeah, ask her.
Do you know anything about? I go into my bag. I do not remember the name. The necklace this necklace we found in there.
You pull out the necklace, and she looks at it, and for the brief second you hold it, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
It happened so fast last time. Just like,
Where is it?
Almost like he didn't even grab it. He just took his bag and just rip.
5.
So you take it out and say this, and then go, no.
Just gonna put this back.
And she looks down at you. Make a strength. Or well, no.
Oh, I was about to go for it.
Hand it. Let me see it. I need to make a wisdom saving throw to do so.
14.
14. Still a failure.
Oh no.
And
No.
you pull it closer to you. Trying to hide it.
Come on, give it to me.
And she, I'm not fighting him for this. Can somebody else? You. Grab it from
Can
her.
I?
Yes, sir. I had to do this, man, but I'm gonna have to take that from you.
Both make another wisdom save first.
Both of us?
Just to,
Oh.
just to
What did you roll?
2. No.
Both of you make strength checks.
Do we just fight him over it?
Yep.
No.
He just doesn't give it.
You get what? +2.
19.
I got it. Wait, my strength. Wait, what is my strength?
It doesn't matter.
To be fair,
Yeah, I got it too. It's
if you've ever been around a toddler that's gripping
You just see,
something,
he's like this.
Oh. Can I think
Intimidate
about?
him?
Huh?
Can I intimidate him?
You're gonna try and intimidate him to give it? I would say you can. He is immune to the effects of being intimidated or charmed at this moment.
Can we negotiate?
Can I think about pulling out my amulet
Ooh.
for her to take a look at?
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Seem really hesitant while you're doing that.
What amulet? I don't have one. 6.
6.
Oh my god.
I don't have one.
Thought never crossed your mind. Why would you do that?
It was just a little thought I had.
That's just
Since he's clearly not cooperating, I've written out a message. If you could.
yes, I do have to sit for 10 minutes to do this.
My brother Nico has held a relatively high office in the Cilician government for the last 18 or so years. I'm hoping if you can get through to him, he may be able to ease the heat on our backs.
With a shot. And you kind of watch as she takes a second, flicks a finger up, and you watch as a stone chair pops out. She sits down, takes the journal, opens it up to the picture of Nico. Alright, just tell me what you want me to say.
Nico, this is Icarus. We got into a misunderstanding with Guardvia's Praetorians. They will be hunting me. Can you pull any strings to help me?
Is that what you're saying?
That's 25 words.
Alright, cool. So, she sits meditating for a moment. Alright, well, a few things. Says I don't sound like you. Another thing, he wants to know where you are, and also why. I can do this again, but I'm not leaving my chair.
If you would, please.
Why
have a friend sending you this. Real quick, what's the country we're in?
We're
Ross.
Ross.
Ross, okay.
We're in what the city? We're in Fourunners.
Yeah. I'm in Ross. We stumbled into a seemingly sacred area by mistake. The advisor here is prosecuting aggressively.
Okay. She waits another few minutes. All right, well, so he says, glad to know you're all right. And then he said something about country bumpkin lifestyle. And then he said something along the lines of, summarize, he will attempt to see what he can do.
Thank you very much for your help.
Of course. All right, I've rested quite well. Shall we?
Yes.
You guys get to? A few, I'll say about another 30 minutes of walking. And eventually you reach the large kind of similarly constructed fortress of sorts. However, there is what appears to be a large kind of stone tower here. Almost like a silo.
This is the way Hestelbreaker went, isn't it?
No, he went.
No, you guys
he went
actually.
down. Oh, your brother went this way.
Yep.
Any sign of them?
You looking?
Yeah, I'm also keeping an eye out. 'Cause
Take
I
a little eye out, yeah.
Make a perception check. Hasn't been that long.
feel like I'm not gonna see him. It's an 8, but
14.
14? Not that you can see from outside the walls. So,
I didn't know if you as in how I might know anything about it. But now that I know it's advisory,
it would not be good in our hands. If they were to trace it to us, it would be much worse.
I know that, which is why I'm wondering if I should destroy it, or even we were told to gather evidence, and if there were any, dead bodies or dead groups to the gods, so they could keep record. But I'm wondering if we should even get rid of that too.
I would suggest so, especially if did you take something from there
Aside from the journal,
aside from the journal?
I took the banners from the champions' banners. Burn it.
Drop it.
I'm dropping both of the banners.
Can I make another wisdom throw, since she's asking about if we took anything else?
Sure, go for it. You can too if you want to.
I asked the lady, I picked up some daggers that were owned by them. Do you think that would
Are
be...
you kleptomaniacs? Why are you just taking things from the first hole you stumble into?
It's literally a dungeon. It's literally what you do.
Literally, leave it.
I took the banners because we were instructed by the gods to bring back evidence and especially like the champions, if there had been any that passed. And the journal I brought before I knew what this place was, to see what you might know about.
The journal is a different circumstance. The journal may contain impressive knowledge. There's a reason that they would be guarding it, I would assume. And if I'm honest, I do not trust the advisory.
I can see.
You're right not to.
So, learn what you can from the journal and then get rid of it.
I got an 11.
Got 11?
I got 18.
18? You watch as Icarus, still keeping your amulet closely guarded, you watch as Wiggle holds it up. And for a brief second, she looks up, confused, and snatches it. And you are released. There's just sweat pouring down the sides of his face.
Well, that was really weird. What's wrong with him?
It's super cursed. This amulet is incredibly cursed, but not for... I don't know. I don't know what it does. She tosses it up and catches it. Check it out. check it out when we get a moment to sleep. Yes, everybody? Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I also have a map.
Oh! By the divine stars,
I feel like it could fetch a fair price.
does anybody else have an item they'd like to share?
Wiggum, was that
Can
the
I roll again?
What else did I get?
As he's doing that, can I... Wiggum, was that the only amulet that was there?
You can say whatever you want.
Well,
This is wisdom
no.
saving?
Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Well, there was 2.
15?
I was
was-
there too.
Yeah, it was
15
his.
fails.
No.
Aries, Wiggum said that he has one too.
I tried to. I saw 2 in there, and I wasn't allowed to take one. So
Do you have an amulet?
No.
Oh my god!
As I run up to him and grab the amulet
Can I
and just
scream at him?
It's tucked into his tunic.
can we try to take it from him?
Can I scream at him and take it off?
There's
Tell him
nothing to
it off.
take.
You
we
guys can
physically
do
take
it.
it
You
from-
guys, you're welcome to try whatever you want to do to your friend. I'm not going to forcefully take it. So
I'll try to strength.
I have
know
one.
you
I
have
can see
one.
what it is, and maybe
Give
you'll turn
it.
into a horrible monster in the morning. Who knows?
I
Let's hold
know
him down
you
and grab
have
him.
Yeah.
Can I do a strength check to take it from him?
If we hold him down, can we grab it?
I would say, okay, sure. Who
If-
is dogpiling on Icarus?
I
right
want
now?
to. I want to take it.
Take it.
If they're trying to jump on me, I'm flying directly up.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this.
We're fighting
The
each
two,
other
the,
now.
the two of you jump on Icarus trying to take it. You're short, you're tall. Icarus, you're
Yeah,
fast.
Wait, no,
So,
I throw him.
so both the,
Bob,
I'll say
hurry!
both of you make a strength check. Icarus, you make a dexterity saving throw.
You want us for strength?
Strength check.
Strength check.
I throw my friend.
Chop him like a target.
13 plus 2 is 15.
21.
Let's go.
17 on the dex save.
Okay. You, what'd you roll again?
I rolled
15.
a 15.
Yeah, you nimbly dodge out of the way of Chris here. But you don't see the dwarf that has climbed up on his back as you fly up. You watch as Wiggum just Gah! Wraps around you and rips it off your neck.
Team
Make a
win.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh no! Wait, what is that? 9. 7.
And proceeds to stuff it down his shirt.
So I'm free now, right? Okay, so I'm gonna hold Wiggum in my talons and just kind of take it down so that he's at eye level with Eris.
Uh-huh.
He's got it now.
Well,
No.
she gestures for
Matt,
somebody.
you're trying to grab it off.
Yeah, Darrow, make a strength check.
I'm gonna try and give
Make
it
a
to
strength check.
Oh,
With
no.
disadvantage, you're
Oh.
being held upside down.
It's a 12.
Okay, so wait,
12.
with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, so
13.
roll again.
I rolled 2 natural 20s. 25.
Kills the entire party.
Take mine.
9.
Yeah, so Darrow, you grab it out.
Darrow, make a wisdom.
It's just like a rotation.
Natural 20.
And Darrow, you hold it out, completely wipe it from your mind. You are immune to the effects, and Eris takes it. She's already immune. And says, 2, great. That took forever.
We still have our torches, right? We have a torch or something.
I have a very cool torch that was given to me.
Burning the banners that I took from the champions.
I can light it up.
So I'm gonna take the torch. Daryl.
Huh?
I guess I'm
No, not you. It's the.
I'm gonna burn the map with my sword.
Okay. So you start to burn the edge of it.
Dash?
As you're burning it.
Wait. Can we copy this down somewhere before
Well,
you
we
do
can't
that?
go back down there.
Yeah, someone write down what the banner looks like.
Oh, the banner?
Or like
Yeah,
the symbol.
I've sketched everything down in my
I
journal.
guess I blow
Okay.
it out really quick.
Yeah, you blow it out really good. You only burned the corner.
Can we just like?
Is that
copy
map
this
from
down?
the advisory as well?
Yes. It's a map of the ruins that we were in, I guess, right?
Whether we are found with the map itself or a copy of it, they will still prosecute us. I don't think we should make any copy of that map.
It is incriminating.
She takes it. So. It's written in common.
Everything was just odd down there because the journal's old, but
The official language of the advisory for their documents is not common.
What is it?
So maybe this was the actual intruders that had this map.
Because, okay, whenever
They
we...
wouldn't write this in common.
When we first...
What is the official language of the Divider?
Dwarf is uncommon.
I would say typically everything is either written in Silesian,
Irish.
Elvish, or in a coded script for the Praetorians.
So
How often is the coded script updated, by the way?
It's typically
Would I still know that is what I'm...
you probably know the old codes.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So when we were first, when we first heard voices, they were saying that there was intruders who had taken something. So there was other intruders aside from us, but they would have seen us, and even we did take things, regardless of if we actively knew we were taking from the advisory.
They never actually saw us.
They never saw us.
And, well, no one saw us and lived.
Talk to that. Talk to the other bed.
But those people saw you? And what happened to the bodies?
They were incinerated.
Incinerated.
To ash or to...
They're just a bit lightly burned.
Chris,
Medium rare.
Oh no!
Oh.
Well, they definitely
Isn't
know
there-
who
isn't
you
it-
are. Yes. No,
because
no,
there's
no,
spells,
there
right,
are
that can-
very many spells to bring people
Their
back from
heads were gone.
Their heads were obliterated.
0 heads.
Brain turned to mush.
I do.
Blood
And what I do believe is that there are 2 corpses that did see you for a fact.
Were they not?
How screwed are we?
Did you not, DM Will, tell us that?
The heads were not destroyed.
Oh, okay.
They crumpled a bit.
Okay.
How screwed are we then?
I would say, well, they have to transport the bodies if they have them. And then they have to simply take them to somebody who can communicate with them.
We need to move with haste.
With postings, yes. The map, though, for some reason, seems to be the only thing that you took that will not instantly assure your demise. Yes. If it's not theirs.
So should we just lay low for now?
The 3 of you can do whatever you want. Us foreigners are obligated to go back into the city.
Well,
Never been to the city.
how'd you get down
How
to
did
the
you
mines?
get in the mines?
He's been in a cave.
You have to go through the city to get to the mines to go down.
Is
Don't
there
judge where I
another-
live. This guy can fly. We can go anywhere.
I just don't.
Small owl.
How far are we?
I would say you guys can approach the fortress at any point now.
Okay, yeah.
Quickly.
To the elevator.
Well, I know you can't help us anymore because my crystal's gone, but is there any way, if anything does arise from this, that you could...
I would say contact one of your other
Dad? Mertas?
mentors. Who do you call them? Mertaz would be the fastest responding.
Yeah, I know that. I just kind of talk to Dad, even if he doesn't respond, because he likes updates.
I would update Mertaz and perhaps he can update myself. But Mertaz is not one to be so well equipped in anything other than cup stacking.
He's
and
great
other
at it.
useless
He's not useless.
things that he chooses to focus on. No, I know he's not, but this is what he chooses to do. Regardless, talk to Mertaz. Mertaz can talk to me.
Okay.
Keep me updated where you go, and perhaps this won't happen again.
I didn't know.
Right. So, anything else you guys want to do before?
Just throwing my cloak on and hopping on the elevator, I guess.
Pull it
Gosh,
tight.
Mom.
Where does this elevator take us?
Back into the city.
How can we promise we're not going to run into guards?
I don't know if you knew this, guys, but like
Speaking of
I'm like
which,
12 feet tall.
As you walk forward, you see
Oh,
the kind
great.
of heavy, large ballista set up on the tops of the turrets. They all kind of angle and point, but slowly release as waving your torch, or they see that it's a group of humanoids rather than a big scary monster. And you see.
I'm gonna whisper to Wiggum that. So it's really only the Praetorians that have a problem with us. The rest of these guards should be fine.
They are a
Okay.
separate entity than the.
Oh, completely.
These are
different?
guards for the city. Those are guards for the country.
Oh.
For a different country.
For a different country.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
interesting.
Well, the advisors, though, are planted in each country.
Imperialism.
Yes.
I love it.
So,
Once
as,
again, there's a reason I left.
as you approach, one of the guards kind of steps in the way of the gate. Who goes there? I don't recognize the lot of you. What are you?
Nobody.
That's not.
So, we're
Part of the race.
Part of the race? What were your names?
The four.
Yeah, Fourunners and the Half-Squats.
Team Half-Squat.
Team Half-Squat.
Daryl.
There's 2 of them.
Kind of looks at the list. I don't have a Forerunners or a Team Half-Squat.
Oh,
Or
trust me,
Daryl.
you do.
No, I'm
We
in one
were-
of those teams.
We were down in the caverns, but there was an emergency situation and we got teleported up here.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, well, I was like, I thought you said deception. I was like, I'm telling the
Deception
truth.
Do it
You're
now.
deceiving your heart.
22.
22? Okay, this is a lot of paperwork. I'm just going to. Oh, wow, great.
Thank you.
Go on in.
I'm gonna toss him an apple from my stack that I have.
Catch us.
Bye.
Thanks. So, with that, you guys have entered in. The elevator here is nowhere near as crowded as the other one, and is already waiting. So, if you'd like to board now and leave, you may.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
Easy
get out.
enough. You do so. Hopping on the elevator, you see as the guard who greeted you kind of walks over and whispers something to the other guy. And he says, "Right, I just whatever." They start pulling and winding the levers and dials, and you guys slowly begin to descend. As you do, the guard on the elevator, the member of Hrothgar, their signature blue armor, just for those 3 of you, kind of walks over. Look, here's the situation. We don't want to do all the paperwork. Honestly, we're really tired. I get your races. I know something about a teleport magic. That's really something I don't want to be writing reports on. Don't use that inside the city. Cool.
Certainly.
What is
Aye,
that?
aye.
Got it.
Saluted at the same time. The 2 dragon-like creatures.
What do you see?
I don't even
You're the
know where to
boss.
start with that. I'm not going to touch it. Yes. Walks over and
That's
hands
just
his
how I
face.
greet
Uh,
authority.
Natural gesture.
Unlike delving into the depths, this is a very short 10-minute descent as the elevator comes to a stop, and you see that you have been let out at the first level of the city, the top, the uppermost. You see the large 3 spires that kind of hold up the roof of the cavern here. You see the glistening city beneath you. The skylights themselves have dimmed, so the lights of the city have kind of overtaken. Lots of different sorts of firelights and different sorts of floating, almost lantern-like entities kind of drift through the air here. Kind of has this deep kind of earthen smell at the top here. But here you are, standing on one of the many bridges that kind of crosses over to the larger platforms of the 3 spires.
I guess we first need to find the Whitewood. Or find it again, get back to it.
What are we gonna tell him?
That we got the Ember Coals and ran into a lot of trouble and had to teleport out without the cart.
But we can give exact location of where the cart is, if that's helpful for him.
We can. And I believe we saw another one.
Yes. The one that was, because he sent a group down there before.
So we're just gonna leave out the part with the advisory.
Yes.
Yes, do
Yes.
not even mention them.
Don't mention the advisory to anyone.
Incinerating them.
Do not mention anything at
We
all.
found this really cool necklace
Yeah.
down there.
You don't have necklace.
Oh yeah.
In my pocket.
Where it belongs.
You need a cart
So
And ember coals.
Heck no.
technically we were down there on a shopkeeper's errand to get ember coals for his forge.
I'm so glad you're spending your time during the trials.
It was a way to get down to there because it was like a week's wait.
Sure, of course.
We got what we both needed.
And she reaches into her bag and throws you a small sack of coins that you open up. You see roughly about 20 platinum.
Oh.
Go buy what you need to fulfill this little shopkeeper thing, and then go meet up with your sponsor or whoever this Grigori fellow is, and then get the hells out.
Yes, ma'am.
Certainly.
Please don't tell my
There's
mom.
more
She's
than
gonna
one.
kill me.
Ching.
You didn't get it.
Right. Well, this is where we part ways. If you need me,
I'll contact Mertez.
indeed. So, good day.
Don't do that.
Bye.
I blow a kiss.
No.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Remember the name of Darrow, the Eater of Worlds.
Remember Chris with a K.
And Wiggum, the fun size.
I remember both of you quite well enough. I'll add your name to their list. How about that?
Sorry. Just got excited.
No, it's understandable with the present company. So, good night.
Thanks, lady.
I'm gonna give her a big hug before she leaves.
You're a big hug.
And then I'll join in.
So, like,
Squeeze his hand on the file.
you can certainly try.
No.
But she gives a hug and then gives one last goodbye and heads off towards where you see there are more taverns and inns and sorts of more livelihood to be said. So, that being said.
So, is there a shop that sells wagons and/or ember coals?
Wagon
Is this what you guys want to do next?
I guess so. To help fulfill our
Or we could
I
go
want a
directly
horse.
to Bert and ask him if we can just reimburse him for the cart.
He's gotta know it's a different car, right?
I'm sure he would.
Yes.
Can we find, if we get a cart, can we get a horse? I don't know, that just
You
makes
got
it
you
convenient.
the three of you have
Oh.
horses.
Wait, we
Oh.
have horses?
Wait, we just
You're in a race.
in our pocket.
Yeah, you guys have horses. They're at the stables right now. So if
I want to go get my
you're
horse.
not allowed to take them in the city.
Oh crap!
But
I'm gonna bring him in.
when you leave the city, you're more than welcome.
We use the horses to become incognito. Put on some of the horses.
Well,
I want to go get my horse.
I guess we could just give. What's the guy's name? Whitewood. Bert. Give him some gold to buy a wagon.
The
Or,
platinum she just handed
I
me.
want my horse.
Some of it.
If you guys are going to go buy a wagon, we'll cut it short for wagon buying.
I woke up. I saw.
Hey guys,
Fine.
welcome to our wagon buying episode.
Here's our fine selection of finely attuned
The
wagons.
rest of this video will be wagon buying.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll do that then.
And then we'll go get our
Is there like a
horses.
mall directory of the entire set?
His name is Icarus, and it's because he has wings.
Yes, I am the directory.
Well, okay, so we could either go to Bert and tell him that we'll got into a situation, reimburse him, or we could buy a cart and buy ember coals. I would assume shops for ember coals might be near to where the mine
I mean, we
entrance
can
is.
just give him what
We
we
are
have.
very pressed
Yeah,
for
I think
time, so I think we should go straight
Let's
to
just
Bert.
Okay.
let's just
I'm
give him
okay
what
with
we have. Give him a little bit of gold and go find Grigori.
Okay, so we're going straight to Whitewood.
All right, so you go to Whitewood, heading down the spiral, making your way through the kind of busy, crowded streets to the merchants' district on the bottom floor.
I am walking at a brisk pace,
I'm also walking
and the
with us.
faces go by me.
And I'm at my house today.
I am going to.
Okay, so making your way towards the Whitewood, eventually you reach the exterior. It is open. And kind of walking inside. Who's doing the talking?
Me.
Me.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Oh.
You see Bert, who was kind of kicked back, his 1 foot up on the top of the bar.
Can I guess even before we go in, can I get the ember coals, the 3 that we found or whatever?
Yeah, you have the 3 large ones,
Okay.
and then you have all the smaller ones.
Oh, we do have a decent amount. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna go up there and like
I'll go up and
kind of
touch
get
his
right
foot.
up to the counter. And, Bert!
You see a one eye open. You're back.
Yes. We've brought you some ember coals.
And my wagon.
We ran into some trouble and had to leave it.
You kind of see the foot come down on him. You burned my wagon, didn't ya?
We didn't burn the wagon.
You broke my wagon.
We didn't break the wagon either.
Well, then why's the wagon not here?
It's still down there.
You left the wagon, a perfectly good wagon that wasn't burned.
To be fair, to
We
be
got
clear,
chased out by
Bert,
an elemental and a dragon.
to be clear, Bert, the other group that you sent before us and didn't tell us about also left.
I
the
said
perfectly
I'd
good
already
wagon.
sent people down there.
He did.
They
But
also
we do
left the
have
perfectly good
these.
wagon.
And we set down
They send down the little ones or the big
the
ones?
big ones.
I got a couple.
You put them on there, and he's like, he looks at you. That's not ember coals.
What are they?
He takes a second and looks.
Are they just regular rocks?
Oh. Tell you what. You pay me not to say anything, and I'm gonna take these,
Are
and
they
we
skulls?
keep it hush hush.
Tell you what, you forgive the wagon, and that's our payment.
Oh yeah,
Were
you're
they
gonna
s-
do that. You're gonna do it good.
Smaller Birdman. The Birdman.
I have a question.
He looks over the counter. He's like, should go ahead and make an intimidation check.
As
Can I even go in?
I started doing that,
Yeah,
can I
he's good.
kind of
Crouch.
examine
I know how to
what
read.
he put on the counter further? Because I didn't see
26.
those.
Make a nature check. 26. You kind of. Alright. Wagons for a gift.
15.
15. As you kind of see Dara, who has the other smaller coals and kind of has set them on about the size of your fists. And then you kind of take a look at the bowling ball sized ones.
What's a bowling ball?
Are they
The large cannonball sized ones.
Okay, very
You're welcome.
skulls?
There seems to almost be this faint glow coming from within them.
I take my hammer and I just smash
They
it.
could be eggs. Dragon.
I want to
Are
keep
they
one. I want to
are
keep
they
one.
elemental eggs?
Hey.
No!
We're done talking. These are mine.
I want to keep
Can
one.
I sit on the
Wagons
eggs?
forgiven.
I didn't give him mine, so.
And I'll let you keep your discount.
Really?
I'll let you keep the discount.
For how long?
But the payment, you didn't bring me the ember coals.
I think those things are pretty valuable.
You're gonna
So
tell
we
me.
do also have some ember coals, I think.
Actually,
Ember coals you
I put the little bit.
it's enough to kind of, you have a backpack full of them.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, I'll give you 50 gold. You can keep your discount. And we don't say a word of this to anyone else.
We would have brought more, but an ice salamander ate a good portion of it before we could get to it.
Damn.
Why shouldn't I tell anybody?
Oh, I don't know. Where's my wagon?
He got you there. Bud,
I haven't even asked for the story yet. Imagine the one I could make up.
You're gonna tell me what those little rocks are right now.
Make an intimidation check, sure.
What do you say?
Were they elemental eggs of sort?
27.
Oh my god.
Why is your intimidation so high?
Why is this like
It's intimidating. I was.
It's like
He's getting like, you're mad dogging him right now.
He
He just
continues.
And he kind of, they're eggs. But I doubt any of you lot know what to do with them, do ya?
what kind of elemental egg?
I've made an
Was
omelet
it dragon
before.
eggs?
Well, obviously, you didn't kill a normal fire elemental, did ya? You killed probably a matron, yeah?
So we're making Sunnyside.
Yes.
So, They're eggs. These are, let's just say, useful in the right hands, not being yours.
So I make sure, as we're talking about this, that the door is closed.
Yeah, the
And
door.
maybe put up a closed sign
Sure.
or something.
Yeah. He doesn't stop you from doing that.
Because the bird's all
I'm
in his
gonna-
face.
Hey, Chris. If we gave him the 20 platinum, do you think we could use an egg as our trophy?
We don't
We
need that.
certainly
We have
is.
a trophy.
Would it be better?
But an
'Cause
egg
it's a
would be a
matron.
lot
Well,
better.
you can't hear this. I'm just talking to Chris. So, because I know we have I know
Heroes,
He's like a
Heroes' voice
shoulder
pops up in the
angel.
back of your mind.
I have 3 channels. No. Because we already have a trophy, but the bigger the prize, the more we might win.
The egg would certainly be a better trophy than the horn. I think. I'm guessing.
'Cause
Do I have any kind of insight to guess at this?
What? What aspect?
I guess which would be a better trophy?
Versus the horn versus the egg?
Yeah.
We killed
I guess I'll say an insight check
Okay.
to appraise them in a way.
So vague.
I will appraise these. Hang on, let's run his stats.
Time to appraise.
Roll to appraise. Roll.
18.
So, these both came from the same creature. One definitely seems to have Mr. Burt Pierce here on edge a bit more. At least because you haven't showed him the other one. You don't know how he would react. And the way he is talking about it is very hush-hush.
Yeah.
So I would say, pointing out those, definitely could be the egg. The egg could be definitely worth more if it stayed an egg.
And it gets on how long before it hatches?
So you can make a nature check.
I'll do that.
I think for some of those things,
I think
put
it'd
it in
be
Keaton's
fun.
bag.
14.
14.
Stuff it in
No
Keaton's
idea.
beard.
Normally eggs wiggle when they're close to hatching, but they've always kind of given off a warm vibration.
Put it in my bag.
Put them in the streets.
As valuable, this is still on the
Planted
channel.
somewhere.
Yep.
As valuable as I think it would be, particularly if we could find a way to get both. I don't know if we want the risk
Do you
associated with
Do you
it.
think it'd be smart to ask him to see which one would be if we could? He knows that we're champions in the race.
I would rather have Grigori's input.
You can
on
tap
that.
her shoulder if you want.
Well, I don't even know
It's
what you're
just-
talking about.
No,
It's
you
just
can see
Icarus
it
and
so like-
Astonish.
Why are they? What's going on?
Daryl's spinning his head around as the dwarf is going.
I think you and I both know
No,
that
Daryl's
it's
just
more than
keeps
50
staring.
gold.
The coals?
That's what he's.
Thanks.
Oh, the eggs. Well, let's talk about the eggs real quick. Firstly, highly illegal. If you're caught with these in Pluter Hole, it's immediate treason, gallows.
Why are these?
I don't know. Would you want a bunch of fire elementals popping up around? Not only that, but if these eggs came from a matron, it doesn't hatch regular fire elementals. It hatches matrons.
Would do you have a horn or do
I have it. I think he has.
channel Dara? Should we show him the horn and see if it was a matron?
I guess I'll show him the horn.
Would that tell us whether
We're gonna
it's?
be-
Takes it and looks at it. Oh. Well, definitely a matron. This is quite a fine specimen here.
It's
I could make quite the blade out of it.
well, it's for our race.
Sure you don't want to sell it?
How about this? If
Make a blade.
we still have it after the race is over, we'll bring it back to you. That way you can have fun with it.
Unfortunately, we don't have time.
It's back to you.
Now I've seen his reaction to both. Can I get an idea?
Okay, I'd say now make an insight check on his thoughts personally.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say
Unnatural 20.
Definitely the eggs. Definitely having a live egg would definitely give you probably way more points. As he was impressed by the horn, but more impressed that the eggs were brought back intact.
Here's my question. If either of these were used as a trophy for this race, would something happen to us for having it?
I mean, the laws of the race are different. You're supposed to be hunting these creatures down. But in Pluterhole, specifically, these are quite illegal.
And what do you plan to use them for?
Well, I run a forge. I need magical armaments. So, let's see, there's 3. 1 to assure that I never have to go out for ember coals again. 1 that I can use to chain down and harness the elemental fires, and probably make some nice weapons with it. And the last one, oh, I'll have to get creative with the last one.
Well, since it seems you only have a use for 2 of them, we'll be taking 1 of them back then.
Oh, well, I'll need some compensation then.
I'm gonna push
Are
the
you
stack
sure?
of 20 platinum forward.
He takes it, opens it up. Make a persuasion check.
Is it just her? Or?
Can I
Hold on,
also
that one was
persuade?
cocked.
How are you helping her?
Can I be like behind it and be like, you better take this?
You said
cash."
persuasion.
So intimidation.
That'd be intimidation.
Okay, that's fine.
You said persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
29
Wait.
natural. Wait, hold on. Hold on. No, hold on. I thought I read it wrong. 18. Sorry. I thought it was a 15, but it's the 13.
Okay. Still, after you say this, he looks at the 20 platinum. Closes the bag.
If we had this, we would have no need for the horn as our trophy.
Or we could do both.
Take the egg. That's enough for me to forget about the cart. You keep your payment. I'm not giving you the 50. But you can keep the discount.
Can
That is
we
correct.
get you to make us some of those weapons and like get them off you? Or like persuade you?
I have
to
a
get
whole
us
shop here. You wanna just look around?
You said take our
No,
paper.
those weapons you said you were gonna make.
Oh, well, I'll let you know when they're ready if you show up and ask. It's gonna take a while for the eggs to hatch.
It's not very nice.
What'd you say, Jeremy?
He said take your payment.
So he essentially the deal he was saying, he's not giving you the 50 gold. He'll take the 2 eggs. You can keep the discount at the shop, and he's taking the 20 platinum.
Okay.
But you get to
That
keep
sounds
the egg, one of the eggs.
Which this could give us a significant boost, especially over.
Yes. Okay, so what's available in the shop then?
Alright, you guys want to look around?
Sure.
So naturally, there's the obsidian weapons of all shapes and varieties. I'd say he at least has one of every weapon in his obsidian edge style. Melee weapon, I should say. There's a long sword that Rena would probably be drawn to. There's a great axe. There's a hand axe. There's what's up?
Could I sell my longsword and buy a new one?
Sure, if you want to.
All right. I'll take a look at the sword stuff.
Or
Yep.
offer my hand axe too.
The magic one or the
My normal hand,
your normal hand axe? Okay.
hand axe.
So for each of those weapons, he's probably going to give you 5 gold.
5 gold. Okay.
They're just normal standard weapons.
Are they better than the original?
Dang, can I have that back?
Showing.
Could I request a trade-in? A little swap?
I do have a few trade-ins.
And he kind of looks over towards his table that
Clearance
Does he have any, does he
The
have any
goodwill of
wands? Do you have any wands?
I don't really do ones, but
he kind of hops down, grabs his crutch, and kind of hobbles over towards.
Is he the one without the pink leg?
Yeah, you do see he only has one leg. Not that guy. Not that guy.
Wrong guy.
We still
kind of looks at the table and is like, oh, this guy is a big old elf man. Kind of holds up this little wand with what appears to be a spider frozen in this kind of crystalline amber at the top of it. There's a wound. Throws it to the side. Picks up this rod with what appears to be a horse's head and some little buttons on it. Think this is a wand. Throws it. What you want to trade in?
I've got a wand of magic missiles.
You want to trade that in?
Just want to see what you have.
Grabs the two.
What does the little horsey wand do?
Don't know.
Can I try it?
Be my guest. Tosses it to you. You catch it. Flick, swish. Make an Arcana check.
By the way, I don't want to sell my hand axe. I'm not gonna take that one.
Ivan, you
How-
no clue what this is.
Can I try and use it?
I think you have to attempt to.
How much are those?
So, I already got my crossbow bolts. I don't necessarily need anything from this shop.
How much are the obsidian sword?
So, with everybody's discount,
Is it just for one item?
Or is it like permanent? That would be perfect.
I would
No,
say
don't get
he'll
discount.
put it on everything in the shop. One each. That's
good.
that's fair. So, everybody has a 75% off discount
Dang.
on any item that they really want.
Can I sell you this spear so I can leave you swords?
Spear. What spear are you offering?
It's just a regular spear. I know it's just a regular one, but
5 gold.
alright. Just to get it off my hands so I can have something else.
Does he have a obsidian rapier?
He does, yeah.
How much is that? With
With the discount, 251.
How much is the obsidian sword? With the discount?
The obsidian sword is 251.
Oh.
Most of the base level obsidian items are 251. However, there are higher scaled ones.
You sure?
I'm
Do you
gonna
really want
buy Rena one
I mean,
because she did
if you-
say
if you're-
that
if
she
Do
can
you
just
really
spur me
want
up.
that?
I mean,
I think Rena has enough money in her inventory.
Is there any weapons that like
Yeah.
can it be infused with like elemental stuff? Is that like an option?
There are some that are infused if you'd like to.
Some I can infuse it into like a sword.
You're wanting to infuse it yourself?
Yeah, one where I can just use it myself. Let's say I have electricity.
I would say most of these weapons seem to kind of have a base level enchantment in
Okay.
order to keep their sharpness. Just unbreakability, and then their natural edge kind of gives them that benefit. But to enchant, you probably have to either take it to somebody who is skilled in doing so, or spend a good time trying to learn the practice, as
Gotcha.
it is very complicated.
All right.
If you really
You
want
sure?
It, if you really want it, you can get it.
All right.
Okay, we'll take the obsidian sword.
Okay.
How much is it? Was it?
What kind of sword are you looking for?
Do you
Long
think-
sword, short sword, great
Oh,
sword?
long sword. Yeah. Oh.
Long sword. 251.
All right.
250.
Yep, and it'd be 251 for what kind of sword is you getting for Rena?
long sword.
I think she uses long
Add
sword,
it to
right?
your-
Long sword.
Yeah, she's proficient with longsword.
Okay.
Added to my things.
Grab 2 of those, and there are higher enchanted versions of them.
Do you change
Well,
that on
I'm
my
dead
weapon?
broke.
Do you change that on my weapon list?
I'll add them. Yeah.
Okay.
There
What
are
about
the arrows as before.
Yeah, he saw his other crossbow bolts.
Yes,
so
he
I had
does.
the diamond ones.
Yes.
What else is there?
There are the diamond ones, which are his highest tier. There was the ruby, the sapphire, the emerald, and the topaz.
Bert, could you give me a rundown on these crossbow bolts?
Basically, they're color coded, so I think that element will, or that creature type, if there is a chromatic variation, will take extra damage from something. So say you had an issue with a big blue dragonborn friend.
Hi.
And he kind of picks up the sapphire bolts.
Well, this would do it. Aye, this would do it.
So you did say
Wait, what?
He said,
Wait, repeat that
he
again.
said
it would do
if you
more
have a
damage
problem,
to you.
they'll kill you.
What?
Would,
So you
I don't think we should invest in that.
You did say that the diamond ones are kind of like a captural kind
It's
of.
kind of a goal. I wouldn't say it necessarily makes them hurt more, but if they are rather immune to certain, I don't know, projectiles, they wouldn't be after they get hit with them.
Fair enough.
Does this apply mostly to elemental or dragon types?
The
or
diamonds?
The gems as a whole.
Gems as a whole, I would say mostly applies to elementals. That's what we prepped. But I suppose, well, there's a wider net that can be cast depending on, like I say, chromatics are a big one, which mostly deals with drakes, dragons, lintworms, that sorts of things. I suppose, I don't know, green one might be good for plants. If you gotta cut it
That's
for
what I was hoping.
Sure.
What would you want for those?
Green ones, they're the emeralds.
Yes.
You double check. The rest of you, is anybody else looking for stuff in the shop?
I was gonna
There's
look.
the discount table. There's.
I'm proficient in martial
good.
weapons and simple weapons, so just kind of want something that's
Special.
melee range to have.
He has essentially a few of every weapon. He mostly has swords, but all the kind of more specialized ones, like he has a boomerang and some grapple hook and some other interesting like odds and ends that seem to have the same enchantments all around.
A grapple hook?
Yeah.
The emeralds, how much are you looking to buy?
Say 10.
10.
Wait,
For 10, I'll
the
run
chain.
you
Oh,
80 gold
Attach it to your hand.
for the bundle. That's with your discount.
How much is the grapple hook?
Oh, come on.
I asked first.
He looks over his shoulder.
Grapple hook, with the discount, 40.
I'll take it.
40. I am taking it! No! I would like it.
I would like it.
Oh, well, I'll give it to the highest bidder.
50.
Oh my gosh.
50
I
gold.
give up. I'm not gonna fight you on this.
50?
No,
I'm gonna
I'll
go and
give
look
up.
at the short swords instead.
Well, she
Oh,
gives
yeah.
up, so 40. No, I'm just, no, I'll, yeah, I'll
You
go
said
with
That's not how you
I'll
negotiate.
50. I'll do 50.
I'll go back to
50
the
gold on the
original.
table. He takes it off the wall and hands it to you. You can write down you have an obsidian-edged grapple hook.
Obsidian
Might
eggs.
cause some damage.
Sir,
Hmm.
how much would this torch be worth?
Are you giving it the Evertorch?
I gave it back to him.
Okay. Yeah. So he looks at the Evertorch.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Where'd you find this?
You know, man,
Elvish craft. Very interesting. Comes from what, Mizumi?
something like that.
Do you not remember?
Definitely didn't get it from Mizumi.
You can take this off your hands.
So I'm gonna go check the price list just to make sure.
Give you,
Kind of takes a second. He watches. He waves his hand over, and there's kind of a flash of green in his eyes as the ring on his finger kind of begins to glow.
oh. Tell you what. 10,000. Store credit.
Ah.
Dang.
I think I may have that back.
So be it. It's a fair price for that.
That's fire.
While you're appraising things,
Daryl.
while you're appraising things,
He said Daryl
I'm gonna get the big blue potion
Yeah.
that I stole.
I forgot
that
you
for-
took the
that I
potion
forgot
too!
to tell her about.
Oh
Mhm.
gosh.
Oh no.
Um,
You should have said that, you idiot. Did you take some mouse?
Yeah.
You idiot.
what
Glad you guys are like leaving like Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs the entire way down to see
Oh
where
my
you guys
God.
went.
I also have lemon.
hush hush. What's your read on this?
Thanks. He turns around and wipes the bug out.
I don't want anything that's in this jug, mate. That's kind of. You carry that around with you.
That's there's a label on it?
Just read.
What does the label say?
Look at the label.
What languages do you read?
Can I look over his shoulder and try and read it as well?
Sure, what languages do you guys read?
Common, Draconic, Elvish, Primordial, and Undercommon.
Aarakocra are in Thieves' Cant. Cilician, I guess
Dwarfish.
technically also.
Wait, he can speak Dwarf?
Huh?
I speak dwarf.
I
Is
can
it
speak
Draconish?
I
can
couldn't
speak
speak
Gnomish.
it.
Can I
We both
Say,
speak
it's
Both
non-dwarvish.
Dang it.
I would say.
speak Dwarf?
I'll just straight up ask. Does anybody speak deep speech?
No. Oh my gosh, it's the deep speech.
I speak English too.
Sir,
What is it?
Nasty. I don't. I'm kind of disgusted that you bring that in here.
sir, you're gonna tell me what this is, right?
He's
You're gonna
just,
tell me, you're gonna tell
he's
me.
I'm
just
gonna be real with you. I don't think you want to know if you don't.
it's like you're
Here'd
threatening
be
him.
my suggestion. Go stop by your,
Go into minute.
somewhere outside, leave it, and then walk away.
Wait.
Take us
How much?
Let's both
Why
intimidate him.
the hell do you have that with you?
I don't know. We were being chased. I was under a lot of pressure.
Why did you tell
There was a
us?
cabinet of potions and I took it. I forgot I had it.
Let's dump it, please.
So what is it? I don't know.
It's nasty.
It was blue, right?
It's blue. It's like thick blue
Oh,
viscous
great.
liquid.
You should
Yeah.
pour it on the
Please
floor.
just tell me what it is, please.
We're dropping it.
I
That's
said-
what we're gonna do. we're leaving it at that.
I'm gonna hold it out at arms like, I'm dropping it, yes?
You do that, there'll be more hell to pay than you could imagine. This smell will never leave.
As I
I'm
grab
gonna
it.
go lick the short sword.
Just pours it on the
Okay.
I'll
Let's
say we
put that
keep it.
away.
No, I wanted to drink it.
So how about if I just picked out 6 emerald arrows or crossbow bolts?
6. God damn, my numbers.
Hang on. Well, look. I'll
With
do
the discount, I'll say that's 48.
Yeah, I'll just do that rather than doing more math.
Alright. Is there anything I can buy with 5 gold in the shop?
You can probably buy
That's all I got. What?
You can buy an
an
arrow.
arrow.
I
Like
can buy an arrow?
an arrow, yeah.
That's
Do
it.
you shoot things?
No. I don't have any long range sling except for my elemental breath.
There's
Is there a weapon I can buy for 5 gold?
An arrow.
an arrow.
That's it?
That would for 5 gold. Yeah, you might need to ask for a loaner there.
You got anything going on, you buddy?
Sir,
How
Hey.
much? You're talking.
Sir.
sir,
we just-
what is your most expensive item in the store?
That's a good question.
Now you listen here.
No, you listen good.
With the discount? With the discount? I would say, I'm gonna double check the price because they're actually all different prices, not dependent on the rarity. Okay, yeah. He kind of hobbles over and taps on a very heavy kind of a locked chest, but with a kind of a glass window on
That's
the
nice.
inside. And you kind of look inside, and inside you see 2 swords. One of which seems to be chained down. The other one seems to be just kind of laying there, a falchion. That seems to have been made out of these kind of dark black dragon scales.
Can we trade them for my dragon scales?
Aha. The materials for this sword are quite rare, I'd say.
If it
Can
goes
you
up
give me
to
like a
the
little
glass.
rundown of the entire
Can I just start shaving off my
Wait, I'm
scales?
getting meta. Is that?
It couldn't be though.
It could be.
Sorry, we're being meta right now. We
That's
shouldn't be.
Is it?
Is it what we think it
You
is?
can discuss amongst yourselves, but your characters don't know.
How much is it?
That one in particular would be,
Man wants to use his arm.
say, 2,010 with the discount.
Okay. Can you give me a brief rundown of this sword?
What are they called?
No.
For the sake of simplicity, we'll call this one Dragon Slayer. And this one, annoying bastard.
What do they do?
Annoying bastard's annoying. Dragon Slayer, though, is prime materials that I got my hands on a while back. And I figured I'd make something fairly nice out of it.
Wait, could I trade dragon seals for?
How'd you get a hold of the materials?
Trade?
Does
Nosy,
anybody
aren't
here
you?
use
No,
a
it
sword?
just interests me because I know somebody who likes
I
to
kinda
forge
wanna
stuff
knock
too.
him
out.
I want
you?
to knock him out
Yeah,
and
I
take it.
use longsword, short.
No.
Let's knock him out and
This
take
sword,
it.
though,
He wants to knock him out and take
the
it.
annoying one,
No.
you could say has a mind of its own.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
A sentient soul.
Do you have any other
Soul.
magic items in the store, or is there a different store?
I have other magic items. Can you afford them?
I believe so.
He could potentially have 10,000 in store credit.
Well, if you were to make a trade.
Mm.
If you look over here, he kind of hobbles over to the other side. You see, he kind of points out a large rack of obsidian weapons. However, they are very fine. The edges are not jagged, they are completely straight. They are gilded with small jewels and gold. Heavily reliable, heavily deadly. These weapons will never break, never bend, or let you down in combat. Not to mention, they always seem to find their mark. And have I mentioned that once you cut with them, the healing process is quite arduous. However, each one of these weapons runs you about 4,020 gold.
With the
Each.
discount?
With discount.
Interesting. Alright.
I have whatever you see in the pile over there, I guess, too.
Yeah.
I really want the dragon's bow.
Well,
I
I hate to say it, but I think we're kind of in a time crunch.
Oh, I also
certainly
got this
are.
rope.
I was
One
looking
and a
at
straw.
swords. Is there an obsidian sword? Like how much is an
Like a
obsidian?
standard one with the discount, 250. Short sword.
Can't afford them.
How much was it?
Okay, so what did everyone get?
Nothing.
You got a sword.
So you've seen the kind of top tier items here.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Just for time's sake, because I know we're in kind of a crunch, I would have liked some magic. Or like more wands, but it's fine. It's
Oh, well, I should mention, all these are quite magical and stinky over there in the box. I should say would be helpful for a spellcaster such as yourself. As it is, as long as you've gained its loyalties, will defend you while you fight.
So if I were to buy that, does anybody use a sword here, like a normal sword?
I used to, but I,
I mean,
got
I
the
can-
obsidian
I
one.
I
can
think
use
any
them.
of us
I-
can, pretty much.
I only have long range stuff right now. That's
I
why
have
I
a
was trying to
sword.
get a sword.
Okay. Can I hold it?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Blows up the
But I
building.
tell you what, for proof, he kind of pops the lid open. And you see, as soon as the lid pops open, you see the sword just and you see why it's chained down.
Ah.
So, if I were to trade you this torch and buy this crazy sword thing, would you give me any more reimbursement, like with the excess gold?
Tell you what, you want, you got a torch for, I priced it at 10,000. Tell you what, how about a even trade? Closes the lid of the box. I'll give you the box with both items included for the torch.
Can you give me 1,000 gold too?
No, what the heck? Zach, what
No,
in
that's
the
fair.
world?
That's fair. Each sword was priced at like 2,000. So.
Make
Well,
a-
that
make a
was
Use
persuasion.
this intimidation to get it.
Oh my god.
Now you listen here.
The dragon sword.
16.
16.
Oh, but the dragon one-
Thinks about it. Tell you what,
Wait,
I'll
what
give you
did you get?
1,000 in credit, so you
Just
can
that would be in credit.
spread it amongst your friends. How about that?
Do I have to spread it amongst them?
Dang.
No, you don't. It's yours.
Okay.
What in the
All right. So you hand him the torch. He puts it in a bag that just disappears, and takes the box, hands it to you.
Got a lot
sword.
of weapons there.
Let's go.
Put it in my bag.
Got 2 swords now.
And 1,000 gold.
8,000 in in-store credit.
Store credit.
This bad.
You should put that one sword
You
in
can
my
spend
bag.
it.
Half this episode is
Alright.
just shopping.
Disney bucks.
I know. Why are we
How did you get a hold
That
of
did
the
come
black
true, yeah.
dragon seals?
Kinda.
What do you mean, kind of? It's just, I mean, obviously you can see what I am. I'm just intrigued.
I don't know what the hell you are.
Dragon, half dragon.
Never.
Full dragon.
Ah, there's a transition. I see it.
It's a 1.5.
Sure.
So what do you have that costs 1,000?
Oh my gosh.
1,000?
Yeah, cool.
Obviously he's gonna want
Family
some.
discount.
Well, this rope right here is pretty good.
What is it? Like, what does it do?
I see you rolling your eyes. Let me do something first. Trying to impress you. And you kind of watch as he kind of grabs one end and says, Hagish. And you watch as the rope comes to life and coils around and just kind of holds itself. And he kind of points over at one of the battle axes on the wall, and you watch as the rope wraps around and pulls it towards him and he grabs it.
It's laser to the nail chain.
I'll trade you
Does
this
not take 15
grappling
minutes to
hook.
put on.
I'll trade you this grappling hook.
It was,
That
that's battle axe back.
How
I
much
said how-
does this rope run you?
1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
How much were those 2 little wands over there too?
I don't know.
Dang, bro, you just got
250
two
each.
swords.
My man's negotiating.
Alright.
Now you listen.
You've already used your discount there though, bud.
You can use Evan's.
So, for you,
Evan hasn't used it.
Use what?
from me,
discount.
from to the math.
Did it? Oh wait, yeah, I haven't used my discount.
Yeah, you haven't used your discount.
Can I give my discount to him? Because I can't buy anything.
No, you have to buy it.
Give him all of your stuff.
What if?
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, no, I can't think of it. I only got 5 gold and I have a $75 discount.
You got an arrow?
I say we just knock him out and run for it.
You can certainly try.
I wasn't talking to you in character.
What? We don't
Okay,
even have to knock him out. He only has 1 leg. You
I'm
Grab like a
gonna
blow.
catch us.
We just tripped.
I will get this rope.
Get like a blow dart.
Alright, sweet. Well, for you, the rope's a bit more pricey.
Oh.
I haven't used mine.
Do you want it?
Yes, please.
Sure.
I would use my discount, please.
Hand you the rope.
Sir, can I ask you what these items are called? Like,
The ones you just bought?
mm-hmm.
For logistic terms, instead of calling it stinky bastard, I suppose you could call it a dancing short sword. And, the other one's fairly unique, so I'd say whoever takes it can name it whatever they want.
Okay.
So, you guys done shopping? Or everybody use their
my
discount?
gosh.
What kind of damage does it do? We'll talk later. What kind of damage does that do?
What?
The dragon.
I would say it cuts things pretty good.
Well, you said it was magical.
It is, very magical. Yeah. It's in a
Wait,
box.
What are you trying to buy?
I'm not
Bird's-
buying anything. I'm just asking about the swords that do.
I think Bird's calling you out for being too meta.
There's
Well,
repercussions.
in
to
game,
this.
I am actually curious as to what it would.
Big damage.
Wait, what type
If I
of?
had the money, I would have bought it instead.
You said it was dragon skin.
Come back when you're richer.
Do you know what type of dragon it was?
Black.
The scales were black. It was, I never met the dragon, but I heard stories, outlandish ones, at that, but
The dragons.
Where?
dragons are real, kid. You're literally one.
Oh!
What?
Wow.
Are we good?
I'm all.
Yeah, I think I'm all done.
I wanna
Well,
give him
do
all.
you know where the most flashy tavern in town is?
I would go to the upper districts, look for something that's a bit weird, a bit wacky. If I had to guess, the weirdest one that I know of is the Ixidor Morel
Gotcha. Which way is that?
app. It's hard to miss, kind of like a big curved stone mushroom hanging down.
Exodor Morel.
Ixidor Morel.
All right. Well, good doing business with you.
Hey.
I want to give him a hug goodbye.
You want to give him a hug? He's talking to Daryl, completely just caught off guard as he just. And his. Just stands there.
I also give him a hug and I lift him off the ground as a hug.
As you get closer, he pushes both of you off. He's like, no, we're done. No, Hogan, I don't know you.
Well,
What do you do now?
thank you for everything.
We do not.
If we ever come back here, we'll.
Hey, if you need good weapons, the best weapons in all of Plutarol, on this side of Ross, is here.
Let's be clear.
Give him 5 stars.
Have no idea who you are. You don't know who we are.
Hell no.
No one has any kind of eggs or bottles of nasty things.
I can't forget that one.
I'll have him.
But, I'll try.
Take it.
And we'll be on our way.
Yes.
Now you listen.
Thank you.
No, you listen here.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
As he kind of walks over and puts the eggs in a bag, takes the sack of gold and throws it over his shoulder and starts making his way towards the back room.
Thank you.
I love you.
Be very careful not to let the door hit me as I leave.
I'm going to discreetly, but speedily walk towards External Morel.
Okay, so he told you about the precise location. And as you guys head out, I think that is where we will end tonight's game.
Whoa.
After some severe negotiating.
I was about to say, I think it was just shopping.
Guys, you remember when we joked about doing a shopping episode? Then that's exactly what we did. Except it wasn't
That's called
wagons.
marketing.
Is it? I don't think it is.
Now it
It's
is.
still a nice one.
Welcome back to shopping part 3.
All right. Well, thank you
Hey,
everybody
guys.
for tuning in tonight. We hope you had fun with us here at the Wayward 7. So thanks for sticking around this long. Yeah. Good night.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh, the luck of